What is needed to do on a consistent daily basis is to sit and meditate every morning and every evening. To start, if you've never done it, take 2 minutes or 3 minutes, close your eyes and start to breathe and start to count your breath. Inhale, exhale, count 1. Inhale, exhale, count 2. The divine upgrade is our operating systems mentally, emotionally, etherically, spiritually, vibrationally, physically. We are all stuck in a 3D matrix until we realize and reconnect with the divine that's in every one of us, where we have disconnected generally from birth. We've agreed through soul contracts to forget who we are, come into this third dimensional incarnation, and then continue to evolve, shed karma, learn life lessons, be a light worker, a way shower, whatever it is that our mission is. We all have one thing in common on this spiritual path. There was a time where something rattled you to the core, and it made you ask questions of who I am, who am I, and why am I here? The purpose of the divine upgrade is to assist and empower on our spiritual paths. We want to be tools in your spiritual toolbox that you use in your daily process. Divine upgrading means you get quiet, you sit, the thoughts are roaring through your brain, and eventually there'll be a gap between your thoughts, and that gap will widen. And as it widens, you are completely detached from everything in the third dimension. And that is where you meet the divine in yourself. Some of us, it's a little tiny pilot light of a flame. And once you feel it and you see it and you touch it, there's a million ways that you connect with the divine in yourself. But one thing is for sure, the common denominator is it rocks us on every core, in every part of our being. It rocks us. And we then are opened up to, okay, there's something much, much bigger, and I need to get more information about it. When you're gathering information on your spiritual path, I say, and we all say, you need to take what resonates and leave the rest. And when I say leave the rest, I mean leave it gracefully. Bless the person who delivered the message. Remember, the core message is generally the same, but there's millions of people talking about it in different ways. And that is a good thing, because there are billions of us on the planet. And sometimes you hear things 30 times by 30 different people, and the 31st time you hear it by somebody, it resonates and it clicks something in you, and it upgrades your template. And you start to ascend vibrationally. You start to move out of the third dimension into the fourth dimension and into the fifth dimension. And what we're trying to do, and what our mission here is on earth for ourselves, is to connect and reconnect with the divine in ourselves, connect every day to the divine in ourselves. No matter what is going on, you need to sit and get quiet and connect to the divine. And then you'll slowly upgrade your operating system. You will upgrade physically, vibrationally, emotionally, etherically, mentally, and spiritually. You will start to upgrade, and you will start to shed a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to shed. And we'll talk about the egoic constructs and the walls that break down and how to handle those peaks and troughs in the ascension process. But you need to sit. The number one thing you need to do every day, we need to do it no matter what is going on. Through tough stuff, great stuff, hurricanes, tornadoes, anything that's going on in our lives externally, we need to find the time every morning and evening, if you can do it, and you sit and you get quiet and you plug into the divine that's in us all, and you continue to upgrade, and you continue to literally divinely upgrade our operating system. Think about this. Our operating systems, spiritually speaking, are so outdated, it's insanity to think about how we walk around on the earth stuck in the matrix. Think about this. You're working in your office in 2018. You are running a computer whose software is, let's say, Windows 95. I'm giving a lot of us the benefit of the doubt. 23-year-old software. Some of us are running Commodore 64. Some of us are running the software that they used to land the Apollo on the moon. No disrespect. But think about that. If you tried to run Windows 95 in your work environment today, you would be pulling your hair out. So what do we need to do? Upgrade our operating system spiritually, emotionally, etherically, mentally, vibrationally. How do we do it? You get quiet, you sit, the gap between your thoughts widens, you connect to the divine in yourself, and you continue to divinely upgrade yourself each and every day. I equate it to, it's like charging your iPhone. Many of us wouldn't leave the house if the iPhone's not charged. If it's at below 50%, some of us are twitching because we got to plug it in somewhere and get a charge. I don't want to run out. Whereas most of us spiritually, our operating system is running on 10% or less. So as you sit, you divinely upgrade every day. And as you do, your world opens like you could never imagine. You meet your guides, you meet your angels, you meet your highest self. That is what we're doing. We're merging our third dimensional self into our fully fifth dimensional self while staying in this physical body. It's tough to do. Sometimes it wreaks havoc on us. As we ascend, we'll hit peaks and then we'll hit troughs, and then we'll hit peaks and then we'll hit troughs, and then we'll hit peaks and then we'll hit troughs. Our goal is to assist you during the oscillating between the third, fourth, and fifth dimension. When you get to the fifth dimension, it's great there. Those who have felt it know what it's like. But because we're in the third dimensional reality, we will tend to oscillate back and forth between the third, fourth, and fifth, fourth, and third. And as you oscillate, you got to handle those peaks and troughs. Think about it like a stock chart. As a stock is increasing from $10 to say $100, it doesn't go straight up. It goes from 10 to 30, back to 20, then up to 35 and back to 30, and then up to 50 and then back to 40. It has to digest those gains, and that's what we need to do. But the key here is to focus on the secular uptrend. The secular uptrend is up, so you get higher highs, but you get higher lows. And if you draw a trend line, you're going to notice that you are ascending. You need to divinely upgrade your operating system each and every day in order to release yourself fully from the matrix and the egoic constructs that have been set and instilled and taught to us since the day we were born. And as we feel and see and hear, no matter how many ways you connect with the divine, the common denominator is it is blissful, it is all-encompassing love. There is no fear, there is no doubt, there is no guilt, there is no shame, there is none of it. It doesn't exist. And there's plenty for us all.